Hi.
Hi.
Wake up there.
Sorry, I'm reading.
She just picked up that book. So all of a sudden she goes, I have to get to Huntington. I said, what? She goes, I have a book to pick up.
I ordered it from the bookshop that I went to last week to get it signed. And I don't have it signed yet, but I have the book plate at my apartment and I'll be putting it in.
Oh, this is a new book.
This is her new one, yes.
Oh.
Yes. It's notes that George has found in his in his study that he has not properly filed, and he needs to properly file them, and so he.
I like George.
I do too,
so
and
I'll have to
there's some
this.
really cute anecdotes.
All right.
And actually, she's gonna be in Huntington again in February with the Numair book. So maybe you can come with us then.
Maybe I can come with that. That'd be good.
Yes. So.
Okay.
So we finished a lot this week. Or almost finished. I'm almost finished with it. Except I finished something. So,
wait a minute. We should tell them that I didn't make any large financial decisions.
Oh, yeah, Okay, so my mother went in for surgery on Wednesday. She's all better, as you can tell. It was not super, super serious. It was just necessary.
Laparoscopic.
Laparoscopic. So we're all good now,
yes,
just in case you are a little, worried after we make that statement nonchalantly.
We're very nonchalant about surgery. We didn't use those spare body parts.
Nope, not at all. So I get a text message. Let me see if I can find it for you. Because I died. I died laughing. I was like, seriously, woman? Where is it? This Thursday. We're scrolling back through Thursday. To Wednesday. Okay. So, I get this text message on Wednesday evening. I was told not to make financial decisions until tomorrow, but I went to the Nitty City site and they are all out of one of their colors, so I ordered one of each of the rest. I've wanted them since they arrived, so now I will have all but schist. I'm laughing so hard I'm not making a sound, was my response. And then she sent me the crying, laughing emoji, and I sent her multiple back. And I was just like, I don't even know where to go with that. And of course then I shared this little notion with my coworkers, and one of my coworkers said, what, she bought another, like before I got to the yarn part, she goes, what, she bought another boat? And I was like, no, she didn't. But I'm glad that you have figured out my mother by this point, not having met her.
But we're also surrounded by a few other things.
We are surrounded by a few other things you ordered.
So I also went to the Miss Babs site. And I found a few wild irises that she had. Her wild irises are colorways that she's not going to repeat.
They're not Babettes. Babettes are her variegated colorways that are always a little different every time.
Right. These are
wild irises are things that she
went into the kettle and didn't come out the way she wanted. But I found some that I liked. It was called Beach Glass. And then I went on to Ravelry to see if there was anybody trying to destash. And there were, but it was only a skein here and a skein there of the different kinds of yarn. It wasn't all Ysolda or all whatever. And the colors were not really that close. So Knit Picks was having a sale. And so I now have 6 skeins of bare naked Knit Picks in Stroll, which is their fingering.
It's I think 85.
It's 231 yards.
And it's 75% wash merino, 25% nylon.
Right, so it'll go in the washer and dryer. And I thought, well, this 6 times 23, it would be about 1,300, 1,400 yards. So I've got enough to conjure with for a sweater. And then this is Knit Picks Alpaca Cloud Fingering. And I have 10 of these. And this is 100% superfine alpaca, 200 yards. So I've got 2,000 yards. What's a sweater quantity? And so I figured we would try doing kind of a beach glass, which is, well, I can find my variegated, the tonal thing that I did. It will be a variation upon a theme. It'll have that kind of aqua going through it, and I want to have speckles of green and blue in it. So in some parts it'll be more bluish green. In some places it would be more greenish blue. I do want some parts of it almost naked. And I think that that would be really pretty. So I didn't make any large financial decisions. But,
no, none at all. But we'll show you the Nitty City when that comes in.
Yes, well, when we dye it.
Unfortunately, I didn't know.
Oh, the Nitty City,
Nitty City
right.
isn't...
Actually, I've gotten an email. It's arrived at the office. I'm going to the office on Wednesday. So
when you go into the office on Wednesday and finally clear your mailbox...
It's not all coming home at once.
I know.
Because the other thing I did when I was at Rhinebeck Thursday, I was able to walk through the building. Buildings A, B, and C, because I was taking classes in D. And I wasn't overwhelmed by the Aran weight yarns that I saw. So I got on Webs,
of course you
as
did.
one does, and I ordered 2 tunic quantities of Aran weight yarn, which I'm sure is waiting for me at school.
I'm sure.
Yes. So I wouldn't say I went overboard in those financial decisions because I didn't buy a boat. I have been looking at boats. I think I've narrowed it down to a certain size frame.
This is also a few years off.
A year and a half.
Uh-huh.
A year and 3/4.
Uh-huh.
What?
Okay, that is not the way it sounds like from when you say these things in front of Father.
No, May 19. He knows all about May 19. That's it. I want to walk out of graduation onto a boat. So
it might still be Circe though.
Well, it might be, but it might also be that we've made a decision next Annapolis. We told them in Annapolis we were going to start making serious decisions.
I know, but I also don't. I love him. He does not make decisions very.
Well, that's why I've started working on it now.
I know. I know.
Anyway,
dear
the southerlies look really interesting. I found a 57-footer that really was priced quite well, but the problem is its mast is too tall to fit under the bridges in the intercoastal waterway.
Have you also talked? Has he agreed that he wants to do the intercoastal?
Yes. Yes. But so up to 45 feet, you can fit under the bridges. So, yes, that's how you get down to Florida.
I know that's how you get down to Florida.
Well,
he had a big problem with that the last time you brought it up.
No, he doesn't think I can do it.
Oh.
Little does he know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
You never say those words to this woman.
Yeah, really.
Ever.
So, I didn't make major financial decisions. I made yarn financial decisions, and I'm very happy with the decisions that I made. I mean, the Nitty City I had
you
really talked about
yeah.
since they came out with it.
Yeah.
So, and the Miss Babs, the only thing I didn't buy was the Carolyn that was the hot coffee and the... Remember those several colors that we had talked about? That's for 6 months from now. But we finished several things. Do you want me to start off?
Sure. Why don't you start, since I think you have more. You have one of them in your...
Oh, I have one on.
Which I think you're going to have to do something about, because it rolls. And
It rolls badly, so I think I may have to steam it. This is silk.
Or do some crocheted ribs across the back.
Something. I don't know. Anyway,
hold it.
This is called a lacy.
That's
I know. It's called a lacy kerchief. And it is in this book called 60 Luxury Knits, which also has a fabulous hat. I think that's the fabulous hat pattern. But this had the lacy kerchief in it. And it's going to be my mother's Christmas present. And it's rolling like a sailor rolls after a night out on shore leave.
That was one of your more colorful statements.
You like that? But I really like it. I've used about 185 yards in this. It knit up really, really fast. It was size 7 needles. And there's an I-cord loop that you actually start out with. So you loop it around your neck. You pull the one end through the I-cord, and now you've got a lacy kerchief that you can throw this way. She can use it over her coat. I think it's really useful. And as for my, whether my mother will actually want it all laid out, who knows? But yes, I will. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I could just crochet here. And if you keep it from rolling in that first half inch, I think it would work. So anyway, we'll think about that. And then I've been back to knitting.
It's the first week
of the month. Baby hats. Do you know it's Christmas? And I think this one was called Christmas is Coming.
Oh my God.
I think it's cute.
It is. It's very cute.
And this, if you noticed, it's got
snowflakes
on top. This was my changing colors in crochet, which I am not a mad crocheter. So this is, I'm impressed. I was impressed. So there's this, and then this is just a gradient. But then there's more. I really did start to use my Rhinebeck bag as my central organization point. So that center pocket, if you all have seen the 2007 Rhinebeck bag, is where I'm putting a lot. 2017, what did I say, 77?
20,
something like that.
You said 2007.
Oh, okay. Well, this year's bag, it's where I'm putting a lot of the organization pieces, like scissors, etc. And I think it's going to work out pretty well because that'll tend to keep me focused. If you're looking to wind yarn, you could wind the yarn from my hat.
I wasn't really, but I can if you would like.
I'd love it.
Okay.
Anyway, so I am making, you know how those added charm bracelets? This is added Christmas stocking.
Oh my goodness.
And see, these move. And so they're going to be just different size stockings that you make, and it's going to then be hung at the fireplace. And I think it's going to be really cute.
It is really cute.
Like a little banner.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get as many as you want, you can then, of course, tie them to get them to stay in place.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get the spacing the way you want them, you could do that and then have them stay in place. But at the moment, I'm really getting off on the fact that they move all over the place. Mm-hmm. So I finished that. Then what have you finished?
I have only finished one thing. So this wasn't even in the plan. Oh my God, Mother.
As a scarf. No. All right. Sorry. I swear the anesthesia's worn off.
It has, and she's like gained all of her energy back today. It's crazy. So I lost my mind on Monday and thought that I could totally make a baby sweater for my friend for her baby shower. And I did.
Oh, that's right, you did.
I did. It's a little pixel by Jennifer Beaumont, and I'm not so happy with the floats up here. I'm going to hope it blocks out. I am going to probably knit another one where just to work on the increases here, like the set-in sleeve increases, as well as working on the floats, because I do want to make a regular pixelated pullover for myself, and so I would like to...
Oh, good. This is good practice.
Exactly. And I did not bring it to the baby shower because it has not been washed yet, and I would like to wash it before I give it to future mama.
Yes. Tell her what the future dad said.
Future dad said...
He's so funny. He doesn't come from a crafty family.
No, he goes, oh, wow, that's really, really impressive. I mean, I think we'll be set with baby sweaters. You know, Stephanie made two of them. The baby is due end of January.
Right. So 2 sweaters ought to be fine.
Mm-hmm. 2 crocheted cardigan, 1-button sweaters should be perfectly fine.
Short sleeve. Did you notice?
No, I didn't. I just thought they were cute.
They're very cute.
They're super cute and, like, totally awesome for her to, like, do.
Because she's new to this.
She only learned about 2 years ago, something like that.
And he also thinks that onesies will last, like, 2 or 3 days.
He also does not understand that knitting with good yarn is a thing.
Is better because she made a shawl that then it's not quite the right shape, and she wanted to know if she could block it out. I went, it's acrylic. It's plastic. We'll have to iron it. We'll have to kill it to get it into a shape that you really want it. If it were wool, we'd be able to do something with it. Mm-hmm. And you can get inexpensive wool at Michael's and what's the other one? AC Moore.
But you can also like go to Knit and get it. And,
we told her that too.
You know, and she's been to Knit before. But Michael, her husband, is a bit
controlling.
No, he's not. He's just he's very much an outdoorsy person. So right. You know, you get like the lower range kind of stuff, and if just to try out, see if you're really into things. With crafts, that's not really the best way to go a lot of the time, just because
your materials are different.
Your materials are different, especially with, you know, if she's following patterns the way she is, and it says then block it to shape, you can't really block acrylic.
Can't really block it.
So that's that. So I'm going to be knitting a few more baby sweaters. I'm probably going to knit one more of these, and then I'm also thinking of making the cardigan that I saw at Woolen. That's a design. Oh, designed
I can't
by
believe
the
you
Woolen.
went to Woolen without me.
We will go again, ma'am.
Yeah.
We will be going again. So yeah, it was funny. I'm also probably gonna end up making a hat and little mitt, you know, little toe, little, you know, toe mitt, you know, kind of thing. It looks like the toe of a sock.
Oh, yes.
Because it just holds their hands like this.
Right. They are cute that way.
They're toe mitts.
Yes.
I don't know how else to put it, because that's what they look like. They look like little toes. And then probably, I'm thinking, instead of making the little booties that I have a pattern for, I'm thinking of making the rye socks, because I think those will stay on better.
Or you could, if you crocheted, you could make the socks I just put a pattern up for.
Yeah, but that's crochet.
I understand.
And crochet is scary for me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's...
Oh, while we were at the baby shower, I showed her how to make a baby hat.
Yes, and oh my god, she was going gangbusters, and then she goes, oh, how big should I, you know, how long should I make it to fit the baby? Will it be too big?
I said,
my aunt and my mother both kind of laughed at her.
I said, no, I would stop. I'd go another 2 rows, because you can always turn up the brim if it is too long, but basically... you see that you make the hat in about an hour. You don't have to make hats until the baby comes. And then you got a hat in an hour, and you can try it on the baby to find out how long you make this hat. So I showed her a crochet hat. She does a lot of crochet. She does knit, but she has found the instant gratification of crochet and really enjoys that. Right, very much so. And I can understand that. I can too. I mean, we have a lot of friends who do both, or who do only one or the other, so I don't know. And her husband is not up with the idea of actually making things that are like fingering like this is, which is my Basquiat sock from Studio Sock from Neighborhood Fibers. I got it last year at Rhinebeck. So he's not kind of used to that. I showed him the picture of the dress that I knitted, and I told him it took 3 months, and he was going, oh my God. I said, yeah, but I've got something I can wear to work, whereas I'm not wearing a poncho to teach in. You know, there's a difference. One way you're making things that, yes, you're going to wear, but they're outdoor clothes. I'm making indoor cothes. I'm making a top that I can wear with a suit. And I mean, I had this thing I have on. This is one I made. And Neighborhood. That was the Overlook. That was the Overlook Sweater Club. And it was. That was the Ann Weaver pattern. Yes. I can't remember. We'll put it in the down bar. Down below. We keep forgetting to tell you that our show notes are in the down bar. They're always in the down bar. And I'm wearing the DragonsLark, which is a like choose your own adventure kind of pattern from book. It's in a pattern book that's like choose your own adventure. They have like one body style, a bunch of different collars, a bunch of different sleeves, and a bunch of different pieces that you can put together on the main body. You can add stripes, you can add a pocket, all kinds of things. But this is the DragonsLark. Can't remember. Is it the Fiber Company? I don't remember, but it's in Squish from
Nerd Girl Yarns. This is Blush, and this is Raggedy Man.
And it's such a great sweater.
I love it. It's oversized, and I like it like that, and it still looks good enough. Like, it's not
work.
It's not oversized in a like baggy way. It's fashionably oversized.
Right.
So I've worn it to work recently because it's been cold. It's finally sweater weather.
Yes, it is.
I brought out my winter coat this weekend finally.
Did you?
I did.
I saw that today. You wore it today. Yes.
I was gonna wear it yesterday, but it was
a little warm.
The dress I wore was warm enough.
Yes.
I was shocked, I tell you. So then, at the baby shower, I was knitting along on my mission. And so this is part of my mission, which is also why I wanted to get it done, because missions can be submitted starting tomorrow. So I might actually finish an advanced studies for Harry Potter for the first time in a while. So I then got to the end of the second skein of the body of my mission, the Twigs top. I got to the end of the second skein of this.
It's gorgeous.
And so I added the third skein, and I finished the body last night, and then I picked up the sleeves, and I was going to just pick it up, but I ended up doing 2 or 3. I did 1 pattern row, and then I did a garter ridge, and then I bound off because I don't think I had enough for another. I have maybe a yard left, and I don't think that would have been enough for another row and a bind off.
I think I have serious yarn barf here.
Probably. But I don't think I could have gotten another row out of that.
I don't think so.
So I have the other arm picked up. I just need to undo the little ball attachment that I have to finish that up, and I'll do those 2 rows, and then I will weave in my ends, and I will block it. I think I'll block it. I mean, it doesn't really need it. I put it on, and it looks really great. It looks really good. So I'm glad that I added the 12 stitches under the arm.
It looks fabulous. It really does.
And I mean,
as a mom, I approve.
And the sleeves aren't as written because I didn't want to put like the last pattern repeat of this lace in gray. It just didn't. No. It didn't feel right to me. Oh crap! They're gonna call me on that for the mission.
No, they're not. Mission, you can just, as long as you get the yardage, you don't have to do anything specifically.
Yes. Awesome. So this is my sweater. Hopefully I have enough yardage.
Well, you'll check and see.
I'll check.
I'm working on my mission right here.
You'll get 25%, definitely.
I'll get 25% because I plan to get up to the armholes. This is a pattern of my own design. I decided to do a 3x3 rib at the bottom, and then I let it open up. And then for the waist shaping, I'm doing a modification of the ribbing so that I went to 3 purls, 3 knits, 3 purls, and then 9 stockinette, and then 3 purls, 3 knit, 3 purl, and 9 stockinette. So I've actually omitted 3 of the columns that are down here for the ribbing. I'm going to go for another probably 2.5 inches, so it's going to be a 2.5 inch waist shaping, and then it's going to go back out to the stockinette stitch until I get up to about here, and then I'm going to have a round neck, and then I'm going to have a kind of an I-cord bind off, and then at the ends I'm going to have them long enough to have a tie. So it's going to be a tie neck sweater. It's going to have set in sleeves. I intend to do the sleeve pattern the way that magazine over there.
The knits, interweave knits.
Yes. The interweave knits. Sew No More short row sleeve caps. This is my Bible. So that's how these sleeves are going to go. But all I'm hoping to get to is under the arms. So
you have another 4 inches.
I've got 4 inches to go. So, but I like it.
I'm 100 yards short. I said this sweater was going to be 550 yards because I thought it was.
Well, then you're going to have to add something to it. We'll
or
talk.
I just take the 25%.
Right.
And I've actually finished things.
That's right. That's fine. That works for me.
With it.
So this is my mission. I have made 25% on my owl.
50%.
Sorry, 50% on my owl. It's a good thing you're here.
Mm-hmm.
I turned it in on Halloween.
Tuesday.
Day before Halloween.
Monday.
Okay, Monday. So here it is. I've gotten to the underarm sleeves separation right there. So that's why I have a stitch holder for the back, I think. Where's my stitch holder? Yeah, stitch holder's in the back. And then I have my cable pattern for the front. And it is just...
It's gorgeous.
Wonderful. I'm going to go up about 2 inches. So, yeah, about 2 inches. And then I will start the V-neck. I wanted to get to the armholes on my mission, so I get the 25%. And then I'm going to circle back around to this. And my dad's sweater. In fact, what I may do is finish this. I'm hoping to get, if I don't get 4 inches tonight, I'll get probably 3, and then I'll finish it tomorrow. And then I'll do my dad's sleeve and his button band. And then it's all the time on this. God, it feels so good.
It does. That's really nice.
Oh, it feels great. Absolutely wonderful. And I am alternating skeins every row. So I'm so glad I tore it down and started again just above the ribbing. So I have one skein that's doing the ribbing, and then at here I started alternating skeins. So what's nice about that is as one skein gives out, there's still another skein, a second skein that's continuing on, and then I went in, and so they kind of leapfrog each other. I'm really happy with it.
Good.
Very, very happy with it. So that is that, and it is moving along, doing nicely. Quite pleased with all of that.
Good.
And as I said, I got my mom's Christmas knitting done, so that's good.
You're shedding on me.
I'm shedding on you?
Yes, I just found like 3 blonde hairs on me.
And I haven't even leaned over to kiss you.
I know.
I have no idea. This hair is going everywhere.
It is. So, what else have I worked on?
I don't know. What have you worked on?
Well,
you worked on Grandpa's sweater?
Recently, right now, I'm working on Grandpa's sweater. I need to get these sleeves done and put on waste yarn so that we can throw it in the washer so that we can get all of the excess dye off of it before I do the contrasting hems and button band.
Because it's coming off on your hand.
Because it is a little bit. Now, right now, it isn't because I'm not
sweating.
I haven't done a marathon of it yet. But yeah, I also have put a few. I've gotten into the brown or the black of this.
It's that multicolored ball.
Yeah, this is the Rhinebeck sweater weather from Nomadic Yarns. So glorious. This is her sport base, which I really think is more of a heavy fingering than a sport.
Lightweight.
It's really lovely to knit with, but I knit quite tightly in general. And so knitting on 1s or 0, these are 1s, aren't they?
Are they mine?
No, these are mine.
Well, here, I've got a thingy right here.
Oh, yeah.
One of those thingies.
Yeah, these are 1s. And so 1s, they do hurt a little.
It makes it tight, yes.
And it might be because they are metal, but...
Yes. Carbons, I think, would be a little less painful.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, but I have these, and, you know, might as well use them.
Exactly.
So since my mission sweater is now done, it's no longer my lunch and Subway knitting.
Right.
So I'm thinking that these socks might become my lunch and Subway knitting.
That's a great idea.
So then...
So if you go up to Nitty City sometime at lunch, you can tell Pearl that our story.
I will.
My financial decisions.
Lisa from Indie Untangled is going to be giving a talk next month.
Oh, at Nitty City?
Yeah.
Nice.
So maybe.
What time?
I don't
what day?
remember. I'm pulling it up.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let's see.
I like Nitty City.
I do
very
too.
Friendly.
And Stephanie from Asylum Fibers gave a talk this past Thursday. Unfortunately, I was planning on being there, and then I had a meeting go until 6:30.
It's really tough to get uptown when work goes late.
Well, the thing was supposed to be the talk started at 6.
Oh,
so I had to leave at 5, but I couldn't get out of the meeting.
No.
It was very frustrating. I was very.
I want to say thank
angry.
you to the Lemon. Help me here.
Freakish Lemon?
Freakish Lemon, because I gave her a button at Rhinebeck, and she mentioned us in her podcast, so I doubt that she watches, but if she does, thank you very much.
It's a Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday, December 7th.
All right, we'll have to see about that.
We'll have to see.
So anyway.
You could always go and park at the apartment and then come in and meet me at work, and we
have time to think about it.
We have time to think about it.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think this might be it. I also have the urge to cast on a hat.
I'm desperate to cast on this hat.
So maybe I will...
We have to clean up the sewing area so we can start on coats.
Okay, we can do that after this. I just want to finish this row, and then I will show you what other projects I have been working on.
projects? Okay.
Well, I've been working on I worked on my test knit a little bit, but then I got sidetracked by doing the baby sweater, but I tried it on, and I only have about 4 more inches to go.
Really?
I think.
Cool.
Yeah. So I have 3.
Because you're short-waisted.
I am short-waisted. I don't know if I want to go... So it's supposed to be, for this size, you're supposed to go to 13. And I think in order to do the pattern, I will, because I'm test knitting it, I will go to 13.
That's not bad.
I mean, I also think this might be at 13. I don't know.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. This also is going to be slightly oversized, but it fits. It looks good. When I tried it on, I think it looked good. It felt good. So I'm hoping that this week I can get this sweater done, and I can get the sleeves of Grandpa's sweater done. That is my goal. I wish I could bring sleeves on
the train. They get massive.
Well, I have the whole sweater on my lap right now.
Right.
So that's a problem. But yeah, what I want to do is make a hat out of this, which is last month's Random Fandom.
Very pretty.
And it's sparkly, and I think it'd look really good in a slip stitch kind of pattern.
Gorgeous hat.
I know.
Gorgeous hat.
I know.
Oh my God, what a gorgeous
I know.
hat. And it feels so good.
I know, it's shimmer.
You were going to show me something, though.
I know. So this month, we just got our Random Fandom for this month. So it is, in the United States, November, which means Thanksgiving! And we got Slapsgiving.
Oh
I think
God.
I need a sweater.
That is fantastic.
How pretty would a sweater be in this?
It would be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is just gorgeous. What's it on?
BFL.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I have it in fingering. What are you going to do with one skein of it?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Would you also like a sweater in it?
No, I've gone crazy.
I know you have.
I have my beach glass I'm going to be working on.
You're insane. So I need to, I don't know, you and I need to talk.
Your father went moving a boat today, and one of the other gentlemen on the boat is single. And in fact broke up with his longtime girlfriend, and my husband mentioned that his wife wanted to go live on a catamaran down the Caribbean, and his friend Fred said, "Does she have a sister?"
Oh no.
Well, it made me feel very good.
I know, but Dad probably did not.
No, he says, "Stay away from Fred."
That's great.
Stay away from Fred. I said, "Well, you better cherish me then." Oh, goodness. So I am getting slowly
If
back.
y'all didn't think we were related until that moment, real obvious, wasn't it?
Why?
Because we just went, oh goodness, at the same time.
Shall we talk about our giveaway? Or are you not done?
I'm still trying to figure out what kind of sweater to do with this. I think I want to look at the Rhinebeck sweater book and see what sweater I don't have already marked with yarn in my stash, because I think next year I'm going to do a knit through of the Rhinebeck sweater book. Because I have like 4 sweaters of that. I have 4 sweater quantities set aside for sweaters in that book.
I like it.
I'm not going to only knit from that book, but I do think, I mean, I've had the Artichoke French started for over a year now. Yes. I need to get that done. I just got the yarn for a maple cotton candy.
Yes. From
Tanya. Mm-hmm. I got the yarn at last Rhinebeck for a pumpkin ale. And all 3 of those are in the book. Do you have a copy of the book?
Yes, I do.
Where is it?
I can't find my glasses.
Rhinebeck sweater book, where are you? Come to me. Come to me.
It's red.
No, that's a knitting workshop. That's a stitch in time.
It would be over, I think,
over
in that
there?
row. Yeah.
I see Little Red in the City, which is her other book. Yes, I did just do what no it isn't. It's blue. I knew it was blue. Not red, mother.
But is it over there?
It is over there.
Okay.
Well done. So, and I have the Aunt Fred. So, this is the Artichoke French. I actually have a green, more teal green skein of Empire for this. And I've already started the sleeves. And I want to finish that. And that's glorious. I have yarn for Mulberry Street. So hold on. Let's go through this.
Maybe you and I should do this. Except I'm going to finish my owls next year.
Right. So you should finish your owls and then knit through it with me.
Yeah.
So I don't
really care for that.
I like it, but it's not my style. I would not wear it to work or even for fun. Like this, we've always talked about how people knit sweaters for events.
Yes.
I could see knitting this sweater for an event. But I would not want to do that.
No, it's so much work. Just for an event. I love Rhinebeck.
You don't have the Christmas book.
Of what?
A Stitch in Time, the Coronation book.
I do not.
I have that one.
I need that.
I have that one. And it's, so what set me off on that tangent is that a coworker mentioned ugly sweaters, Christmas sweaters, and they have one that is a unicorn and a lion for the British Empire. And it's not ugly, but heck, I would wear that, and I would put little, embroider embellishments on that and wear that as an ugly sweater for ugly sweater contests. Mm-hmm. Not that this is also an ugly sweater. Again, it's just not my style. I do think the motifs are beautiful. And yes. I've taken a class with Mary Jane. Maybe in a different color. Maybe in grays and blacks. Maybe. And I mean, I have taken a class with Mary Jane Mucklestone, and she's great. So the Duchess, I love. I don't have the yarn for it yet. I love it. It's so pretty. It's such a classic yoke. Mm-hmm. Just yoked sweater. Mm-hmm. So then we have Sugarloaf, which is so you.
It is.
That's so you. Again, I don't have yarn for that.
That beach glass and then some other color.
Or just natural.
No,
that's
beach glass.
Beach glass is the body.
Yes.
And then if you do like a sand kind of color.
That would be really pretty.
That would be.
How much yarn do I need for that? What kind of yarn do I need for that?
Hold on. I need to see what page it's on because it's on 125. So I have the digital copy of this. I think I also have the physical copy because I think my aunt bought it for me. But I really like the digital copy. Book. I like the digital copy because if you click on...
Then you can print it.
Well, no. It jumps to the pattern. So here we go. So Sugarloaf. So also, what's also nice is that all of the patterns are printer friendly, mostly. So there are a lot of line drawings versus like full color things. Mm-hmm. So you would want to make a 38 or a 40?
No, I make a 36.
36. I'm a 38.
Because I do not like all that extra
I don't
fabric.
Either, but I have bigger ribs than you do.
Must be.
110 or 1110 MC and 110
Fingering.
CC. It shows it in an Aaronish? No, it shows it in a sport. Oh. It's 180 to 57.
Well, I got that up there. That blue.
Yeah.
That would work.
Is that?
That's my sport.
Okay.
Shelf.
Yeah, that and then a gray.
And then the gray.
Yeah, that could work.
That would work.
That would work.
I love having my yarn right here.
I know.
Okay.
And so then we've
my
got
Rhinebeck
the Pippin.
sweater for next year.
We've got the Pippin by Gudrun. I love this sweater.
I love those necks.
I don't know.
I love those necks.
I don't know. Do you think this would look good in it?
Of course.
Maybe.
Absolutely, because it's mostly stockinette stitch.
Right. I definitely would have to stripe the 2 different skeins.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's pretty.
Oh my god. I keep forgetting about this. It's the Beekman Tavern by Thea Coleman. It's cabled glorious goodness. Yeah. And it's definitely meant to be in a light solid color. Mm-hmm. It's so pretty. And then the Pumpkin Ale by Ysolda. I have an orange alpaca blend.
That looks like a...
It's a cardigan.
Yeah, I know it's a cardigan.
With
Is
a
that
super
fingering?
cabled. No, no, I think she knitted in Yowza. So it's worsted.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a swing cardigan. It's really pretty.
It's very pretty.
Yeah. So then here's the Aunt Fred that is by Pamela Wine. I have 2 colors to do the body and then a 3rd color to do the cuffs, the collar. The cuffs and the collar and the hem. Again, color work. Maybe that will also be a theme for me for next year. Because I want to do the pixelated pullover as well. And then I have the Kylene that I also want to do. Apple Cider Donut by Cecily McDonald. It's very pretty. I think it's a bit more coat-like than cardigan-like.
It does look like a coat.
Yeah. It's very pretty. And then the Mulberry Street by Melissa World. I have the yarn for it. It's going to be Liberty.
I don't like the hole in the back.
I love that detail. I love it. You can not do it.
Well, yeah.
I have
there are no gray.
I have a gray worsted. I have a gray worsted from Neighborhood Fiber Co. And Liberty in lace weight. Lady Liberty in lace weight from Dragonfly that I want to make this out of. Because holding it together, it'll be really subtle. It'll be really beautiful because it's a worsted weight and a lace weight held together to get that marled effect.
I think I would put something in the middle there. I would have a surprise.
Okay. I just like it. And then, as we said before, the Artichoke French by Lauren Elkin. Oh, it's just gorgeous. I need it.
So May, I have to start my Rhinebeck sweater.
Okay.
I am not someone who likes to finish these sweaters the night before.
Ooh, Springbrook.
That's pretty.
That is pretty. It's by Connie Chinchou.
You think that's fingering?
I think most of these are worsted, actually. Because that's what most people knit.
Really?
Knit, like, heavier sweaters in? Yeah.
I'm so out of touch.
You are. I love you, but you are a lot of the time. No. This is fingering weight.
It looked like fingering.
This is fingering weight. You could add sleeves to it, too.
I could.
That would look...
Using my pattern over there.
Yeah, and add that cable lace down the center of the sleeve would look really
nice.
Pretty.
That's
really pretty.
I've got some nice teal over there that would be pretty in.
That would be your day, too.
Yes. Look at that, right over there.
Yes. Yes. So I think...
I just have to knit faster.
And then we have the maple cotton candy, which I'm going to be doing parlay from...
That I have had in my
Tanya
queue for so long.
I know. And that one's by Amy Herzog.
And that is very pretty.
And
but
it's
no,
so
I
pretty.
find that if I make the 36,
yeah, I usually make
even though my bra size is a 39, I'm much happier with the fit. So I must knit loose. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But if I make the 36, I'm happy.
I usually make
and
the 38 or 40.
To know what you're happy with.
Yeah.
So.
I also do that because then I can get the right shoulder shaping for me.
And the sleeve length.
Well, in the sleeve length, I just go. I just go until it...
my problem.
I usually don't do sleeves the way that patterns tell me to because I have very long arms, as we've discussed multiple times.
Ad nauseam.
So,
yes.
Out of all of these, I have... So, there are hold on.
What? Hold on. Hold on.
Patterns. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 patterns. One a month. I have yarn for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's not bad.
Not bad. About
I've got
half
yarn
of them.
For at least 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I mean, yarn and plans for. So maybe.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that Gundren pattern.
I think I will start these as my missions. And then I can finish them up the next quarter.
But yeah, maybe that would be a good sweater for the... I just don't know. I don't know.
Well, and if we're in luck, it won't be as hot this coming year as it was this year because I brought my botanical yoke pullover and I couldn't possibly wear it.
Yeah.
It was way too hot. But I'd rather not have it snowing either. And of course, as sick as I got, it's probably good that it wasn't any colder because I would have been in the emergency room. But I mean, I'm doing well. I probably won't be at knitting tomorrow. But the following week.
That actually could look really good.
Yes, it could.
That might happen. So I might have yarn for 6 of them.
Very cool. What else?
So I think that was it because I want to make that. I want to find a pattern to make that hat for this. I wanted you to see this and everyone to see it because it's so pretty. I don't know if you can see, but there's this really deep purple in it as well.
This kind of bluish.
Yeah, and blackish. But there is this black and then a dark gray. And it's beautiful.
It's absolutely
and I'm
gorgeous.
really, really excited about it. Other than that, I'm trying to think what else has happened this week in our knitting lives. No, the only real spontaneous knitting thing that happened was the baby sweater, which then threw everything off.
And my financial decision.
Oh gosh. She's so amused with herself over that.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
I'm quite pleased. I'm sorry that I'm not going to get the Manhattan schist, but it was a pretty gray. But I certainly can understand that being sold out.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're getting any more.
Have you saw Ari?
She hit my foot.
Yes. Just kicked her foot by accident. Oh, pretty socks. Are those some of the...
Yes.
Those are the...
That from last year. Sockathon.
Tour de sock?
Tour de sock.
They're pretty.
Yes.
They've worn well.
They have worn very well. This is a great sock. And I'll put in the down bar what it is because I don't remember. But I believe it was the first pattern. Because I made it in June. I was away at a conference working on it like a Trojan. But they're wonderfully warm. And they're very comfortable. So yes, sweater weather and sock weather has exploded upon us.
Yes.
So I'm wearing them. So yes, I'll put them in the down bar when I can look them up. We don't have her iPad. So
I don't know if I told you all last week, but I was dum-dum, and on my flight back from Miami, we hit turbulence, and so I put my iPad away in the back of the seat pocket and like kind of dozed off to sleep because I don't do well in heavy turbulence. It's just not fun for me. Not usually fun for most people, but that's just how I was going to handle it that night, and I left it there.
Got off the plane, just left it.
I just left it.
Luckily, it was a used iPad, so she doesn't feel overly...
Yeah, it was...
kicking herself in the head.
It was pretty old.
It was 6 years old. something like that.
It was pretty old. So, I'm looking at getting a new one. So, well, they're lighter. They're smaller and lighter now.
They are, and certainly brighter and bolder and sharper and all that kind of stuff. So it's really, they make them much better today. So we have come.
No, did you talk about
our podiversary?
I was just making sure that's where you were going. Okay.
Yes. So Rhinebeck last year, right?
Yes.
Was our first foray into podcasting.
Yes.
And we've actually had a really good time.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd share our joy with you all. And last week we mentioned that, we had an extra Indie Untangled bag. And I said, well, why don't we open a thread and have a giveaway for our podiversary? So here is our Indie Untangled bag. It's a really nice canvas.
It is. I'm using mine right now to carry all of my knitting projects.
And it says featuring Yarn Culture New York, Indie Untangled Rhinebeck Kickoff. And in the bag, we've got shea butter.
Magic in the Air. Scented
hand cream.
From Bath & Body Works.
Yes. So there's this. And then we have a couple soaks. 1, 2, 3 soaks. Wool soaks. And we have a pin. Let's try to get the pin right side up. Yay, pin. So we've opened a thread in our Ravelry group. And we're asking you to make a comment. At least one. Do you want us to take you on our excursions? In other words, would you like for us to be trying to record while we're out and about doing things? Because we really haven't to date. I know on Instagram, I tend to, especially in the summertime when we're sailing, I tend to take pictures at least one a day and post up as to where I am that day. But we haven't really made an effort to film while we're out.
Well, it's difficult. Well, it's editing.
Whatever.
And as we all know,
we don't edit. So we could just put them up.
We could.
It doesn't have to be embedded within a podcast. We can just say, like the Vlogtobers, they just kind of go up. Yeah. Anyway. And then the next part of the prompt is asking you, well, if you want to be included on excursions, what kind of excursions would you suggest that we embark upon? And it's going to be open till Thanksgiving. You can post as many times as you like. I'd rather have one set of recommendations per post, not multiple per post. And then we'll do a random number generator type of pick while we're away Thanksgiving. So we'll probably close it the morning of Thanksgiving as we're trying to get ready to go over to my in-laws, my brother and his sister-in-law for it.
I was going to say, lunch. That is not, it's your side of the family. It's not Dad's side of the family.
No, but she's a sister-in-law.
Right, but it's your side of the family.
It's not... Still, she's an in-law.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll be up and moving around. And I can close the thread. And then that night or the next day, we can, after hitting the local yarn shop, we can pull numbers and we can record. So that's our plan. And I think that's about it. We've been very active knitting this week. But I think that's about it. We were going to do some dyeing. I didn't feel up to going out and getting more Wilton's food dye. All my colorways, the dye has colored the labels on the outside. So we spent a great deal of time trying to figure out what's in this jar. So I think it's important to get some new food coloring. I may order it from Amazon.
I was going to say that might be a better deal.
Yeah. I mean, but Wilton's has a skazillion colors, so we're actually going to have to try to find a source where we can get all those skazillion colors. What I like about using the food dyes is that we can do it in the kitchen. We don't have to worry about whether we're going to poison ourselves for dinner that night or anything, because it's all food grade. And the acid that we use is vinegar, so...
We have some citric acid we use sometimes.
Yes.
But that's also just essentially...
Food.
Food.
Food. It's food.
I mean, it is one of the first ingredients in most sodas.
Yes. So it's a food. And then we also sometimes use, help me here, the packets of drink.
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. So we're big on food dye, which is acid-based. So it's an acid-based dye. We do seem to get pretty vivid colors. I'm really pleased with that. So,
I mean, that's not saying we don't have the traditional dye. We do have a set from Forest Greener.
Yes.
Which is the no heavy metals dye that we got off of, I believe, Knitpicks or something, just to try it. But we really like the food dyes. Just also because it's
safety factor.
Safety, yeah, safer for us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So at this point, I think we have come to the point of weaving in our ends. I've noticed in a lot of the podcasts, they do ask for people to subscribe or click the like buttons or whatever. You know, we've been very lucky, and I've been noticing that people have clicked like buttons without us asking, so I'm just going to keep moving on.
Because we're going to do this whether you like it or tell us you like it or
and
not.
And if you don't like it, then don't watch, you know.
Or, you know, if you have a suggestion.
This isn't changing.
If you have a suggestion, let us know. Either post it down below. Mom usually checks the YouTube comments more regularly. And or post it in the thread on Ravelry. We'll open up, we have an episode thread for each episode.
Generally.
Or most episodes. And I'm on Ravelry almost every day. And it is the second group. It is like the second group that on my panel that I look at, the first page that I look at for my groups.
Good.
So if there's a new comment, I generally check on it and, you know, see. Usually it's Rachel and then you've already responded to it. But yeah, so if you want to reach out. If not,
we're glad to have you here. We really are glad to have you here. It's a very low key.
Yeah, we're chill.
Knitting group.
Yeah.
So bring your knitting, settle in, get a few rows done, and it's y'all come, y'all are welcome. We're glad to have you. So anyway, we're going to weave in a few ends. I'm going to figure out how to fix my mother's scarf for Christmas. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye. Y'all.